If you're looking for a solid rally racing experience without all of the complexities of rally racing and with the familiar cars of rally racing, but only the ones you'd see if you were transported back to the early 1990s, and those classic co-driver pace notes of rally racing only with the fun of feeling like they're being shouted in the heavy accent of an Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonator, then I've got the game for you. It's time for Drive Rally. Dive into the role of a fresh new driver for one of 4 racing organizations, each featuring their own styles of cars, specific track environments they exclusively explore, and one distinct caricature co-driver that will be a dedicated part of your audio experience for every race. Start out by flipping open the pages of your racing scrapbook that will catalog all of your successes and failures as you begin your solo time journey through each stage and championship. Now you can embrace the true excitement of driving as fast as you can down corridors barely wider than your car on surfaces that most people wouldn't even consider roads, while taking turns so tight you'll swear you're in the wrong hole. But don't take those turns too hard, because if you slide out and so much as graze the barriers, you're going to get slapped with a barrage of penalty time. But as you blaze through checkpoints and receive seemingly random time comparisons to your CPU competition, you'll be regaled with a combination of engine and tire sounds only interrupted by the constant feedback of your co-driver. They'll feed you an endless string of every upcoming turn along with its severity and the thick accent of whatever team you've chosen, as well as a small collection of quips that you'll definitely never get tired of hearing. Whether it's the German guy reminding you that when you're going fast that it's like the Autobahn, or the cowboy guy saying something about horses and calling you partner, or this valley girl randomly switching between vocal fry and screaming at you like you just stepped on her foot, you'll be able to go minutes at a time without wanting to drive a pencil into your eardrums. As you dramatically slide across the finish line, you'll get to see how your time stacks up against those AI opponents and receive a large sum of money that has no tangible use in this game mode. You'll also be rewarded with a random additional car part for your vehicle that has no tangible use in this game mode. After completing 3 stages, your total time will be calculated for the championship, and you'll get a brand new car that will now be the only car you can use for the next racing series. And after you repeat this for your entire scrapbook experience, you'll be rewarded with the ability to never play that championship series again. But you can always head into one of the other racing organizations or check out Quick Play, the mode where you can finally use all of those car parts you unlocked and even buy more totally cosmetic vehicle pieces to make your 90s off-road hot rod look like the boxy beauty it was always meant to be. Drive Rally, all of the fun of an arcade rally racing game you can buy now while waiting for the other half to be developed. Early access is always a tricky subject when regarding reviews, but my perspective has always been that if you're going to sell something, that product is going to be judged as it is today and not by what it might be. Drive Rally does several things really well right now. It feels great to drive the cars, the environments, even with their limited designs, look good and make for some fun tracks, and the dozen cars in the game are a great collection to unlock. I also think that the idea of the personalities for the co-drivers are fun, but like with many of the issues I've come across, the execution falls short. Of the 4 available co-drivers, only one is really annoying in its delivery of the lines, but all of them started to get pretty repetitive as they repeated the same lines whenever I would pull ahead, fall behind, or crash. However, the worst part of it is that those random little quips they'd throw in would often overwrite callouts for turns. Callouts that are already inconsistent and run together or get skipped entirely when the turns are frequent and speeds increase. If you've played the dirt games and experienced some quality co-driver pace notes, this is especially disappointing. But there are also some weird issues with the way the championship mode works. Aside from the fact that you can only go through each one once and can't repeat any race no matter what the outcome, it seems like it might be bugged. For the vast majority of my time in the game, there wasn't a ghost car at all, so I was just racing and randomly seeing how far ahead or behind I was in the pack as I rolled. But one recently just showed up, even when the option was on the whole time, except it doesn't actually seem to represent the competition time since it would occasionally finish ahead of me, and at the finish line the timer would say I was in first by many seconds. It was also a little disappointing when I'd receive cars, parts, and money in the championship mode and I couldn't do anything with them. There's not even a basic tuning system or any kind of cosmetic options to work with. Actually, there's not really anything you can do in this mode other than turn the pages to look at your previous stage times and rewards that you can't use or start the next race. Drive Rally has a good foundation to build upon right now. The most important part, the driving, is fun to do even when it's fairly standard compared to most non-simulator rally racing games. If they can resolve these issues and add some diversity and content in the voiceover tracks and general interactivity, it has the potential to be a good game. But right now, Drive Rally is getting the abbreviated score of OK. And if you'd like to race into more hot takes, warm satire, and tepid commentary about video games, like this video and check out these other abbreviated reviews.